All right, John Stammreich. Monica just got done talking about be on the road to finding you.
Yep.
What stood out at you in the presentation?
Well, most stood out to me is that she's one of those that struggled very early in life, and when it comes down to getting that lowest low, but then realizing that, hey, you do need to love yourself first, and that was, to me, the revelation that she had to reach. And once she reached that, and then truly discovered herself, then took that time to go find out who she was, and the fact that she deserved to be loved. That no matter what, no matter how many challenges she had, no matter how many things she had done in the past that she didn't feel were right, that God loved her. God loved her and had a purpose for her, and said, and He claimed her.
Yeah.
That's really what came down to it. She claimed herself, but we are part of God, and the fact that by her claiming herself, that was God claiming her. And then she could start claiming others, having others appreciate her and everything else. And she could also stop worrying about the ones who weren't, going to claim her, who weren't going. That doesn't matter then. Once you know that God loves you, once that God has claimed you, then all things are possible, and you start on your own journey. Not one that's because I'm sure in her life, when the young girl living in that environment, she had others that wanted her to do this and do that, and I associate with that because my mother grew up in the Bronx, and my mother was in the environment where her father said, "Oh, you're going to grow up to be just cooking and whatever, and be someone's wife and have a bunch of kids and everything else." Well, my mother decided no, that's not what that wasn't her, that wasn't who she was, and claimed herself to do other things, and that's kind of, I relate that with Monica, was that Monica was saying, I have a purpose, I have God has a reason why I went through this stuff, and now I'm going to use that to not only help myself, but to help so many others, which you can tell she has. And she's on a path to help out still so many others. I mean, she's just getting started with this big journey, and it's going to be so wonderful. I'm so glad she's a local Frisco resident, because, and I was talking to her a little bit about Frisco leadership and stuff like that. I'm going to try to do that at some point. But she says she doesn't network. Well, guess what? Leadership Frisco is a big network, and they're going to empower her, and we're going to see so many great things from her, and I just feel lucky that I got a chance to see her early on before we really see what Monica's going to be all about.
John, it's always great to see you,
man. Oh, you too, brother. Thanks so much for everything. Awesome. Thanks for all you do for us here and everything else, man.
Thank you, brother.